After 8 years of trading, this is still one of my favorite high risk to reward setups on NQ. I call it the iFVG continuation model. It catches the trend continuation early before most traders even see it. It works any session there's a clear trend, but we'll focus on New York session for this video. This is one NQ session, and look how many times the same setup prints. V-shape iFVG, delivering from a 5-minute gap, continuation long here. We have another continuation long here, and another one right here. We're not talking about one lucky trade. It's the same read over and over. So here's a quick roadmap so you know exactly what you're getting into. First, the idea, what the setup actually is and why it works. Then the 3 steps, exactly how I find it and how I enter the trade using the inversion as the entry trigger. After that, we'll walk through a few live NQ examples in both directions, long and short, and make sure to stick around until the end because I'm going to be giving you 3 tips that keep you out of the bad trades. Now, let me be straight with you guys so I don't waste any of your time. If you want to sit on the charts all day taking 10, 20, 1-to-1 scalps, then this isn't for you. This setup is more like what you just saw. That same clean entry trigger printing over and over. Here's the whole thing in 3 steps, okay? Step number 1 is the draw on liquidity. Where is price going? Okay, we need an obvious draw on liquidity that price is displacing towards. Step 2 is the gap or the fair value gap. On the way towards that draw on liquidity, price will leave a 5-minute or 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Step 3 is the actual entry trigger, okay? Price pulls back into that 5-minute or 15-minute gap, and on the 1, 2, or 3-minute time frame, we look for a V-shaped inversion. That inversion right there is your entry trigger, so it goes draw, gap, trigger. That is it in 3 steps. Very simple. Now, before any of those 3 steps, you need to ask yourself one question. Is price actually trending? Is it even a continuation day to begin with, right? Because this model only works when there's a clear trend and an obvious draw on liquidity. If price is choppy and accumulating, then this is going to be the wrong model. That is where I will look for a PO3 or an accumulation manipulation distribution. So I want to see real displacement, price moving with speed and momentum towards that draw on liquidity, not chopping around. I also want the draw on liquidity to be obvious, okay? A previous session high or low, a previous day high or low, equal highs or lows, trendline liquidity, or an unmitigated higher time frame fair value gap. It should be very obvious where price is heading towards. And I do not want to see price stuck inside of an opposing higher time frame fair value gap. So for example, if price is still trading inside of, let's say, a bearish 1-hour fair value gap, and I'm looking for continuation longs, I need to see that 1-hour bearish fair value gap fully inversed, meaning a candle closure on a 1-hour time frame invalidating that bearish fair value gap, then look for that continuation model on a 1 to 3 minute time frame. And guys, the prime window in New York session is going to be from around 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. This also works in Asian or London session when the trend and draw on liquidity are obvious. So here's a difference between what most people do and what we do. Most traders wait for a break of structure or a market structure break and then a retest of a fair value gap. Then they enter on that retest. And by then, a lot of the move is already gone. You're already entering longs pretty much at the mid-range of this local range here. We're doing something earlier. We read the displacement. Price is already telling you where it wants to go. It's driving towards an obvious draw on liquidity with momentum. You can see here we have a relative equal high, which is going to be our strong draw on liquidity. We are not chasing this market structure break. We're reading the move and waiting for one specific trigger into it. That's how you get in early with a lot of room left to target on this move. So notice the risk to reward between this trade on my left here, around a 1-to-1, and this continuation model. A lot higher risk to reward and a lot earlier entry. Now, this is the most important idea in the whole video, so listen closely. As price drives towards the draw, it leaves a 5-minute or 15-minute gap behind, sometimes a 1-hour gap. As soon as that gap is created, you want to wait for price to pull back into that fair value gap. From this point, you want to drop to the lower time frame, such as the 1-minute, 2-minute, or 3-minute. If you have a fair value gap on a 1-minute, a 2-minute, and a 3-minute, you always want to wait for the highest time frame gap in that leg to get inversed, meaning you would wait for the 3-minute to inverse. From this, you want to watch what happens at that fair value gap. Look for a V-shaped inversion or an inverse fair value gap within a few candles. Now, here's the thing most people miss. That inversion is a small reversal, but it's a reversal that sends price right back in the direction of the trend. So a continuation is really just a small reversal off of a gap. That inversion confirms price is respecting the gap and it really wants to reach your draw, and that's your entry. Okay, so here's how this will look on a real chart. Again, I've coded everything that I'm sharing with you guys in this video into its own indicator indicator called the ManipulationX indicator. So I'm just going to toggle on the continuation signals and the 15-minute and the 5-minute fair value gaps. So this is right at the 9:30 market open. You can see that price is clearly trending to the upside, right? We have all of these relative equal highs to the left here, and we also have an all-time high. So we have a very strong draw on liquidity. Step one is checked off. This is about as obvious as it gets, okay? Whenever you have equal highs under an all-time high, this is always going to be a very clear draw on liquidity. Okay, so you see that market opens. We have a bullish SMT on our indicator as well for some more confluence. And if we go to a 15-minute time frame, you can see that we are holding a bullish 15-minute fair value gap. We did not close below this gap. We are still holding it. Then you can see here on the 3-minute time frame, we have our V-shaped iFVG with that continuation signal on the indicator. This is your first trade of the day for almost a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Break even at this most internal structure high, and this one would have played out. This is also a trade that we took in the live stream. Now, the great thing about this model is that as long as you have a draw on liquidity that is untapped, you can continue to look for long positions. Here was the second continuation long, also a trade that we took inside of the live. Delivering from a 5-minute bullish fair value gap, we still have that all-time high above us. There is our V-shaped iFVG, stop loss at the bottom of this candle, and target your DOL. Very simple, guys. Draw on liquidity, fair value gap, iFVG for entry. Does not get much easier than this, guys. This is just a perfect example of longing with the trend, waiting for a pullback into a higher time frame gap, waiting for a V-shaped inversion. You can see pretty much every single continuation trade that you would have taken, except for maybe this short position here, which wasn't even a V-shape. And obviously, we're in bullish market structure. We did not have a draw on liquidity lower. So if you just took any continuation long, you would have been deep in the green, okay? Once you're in, the trade is mechanical. There's no guessing. Your stop goes just beyond the iFVG, which would be below the newly created iFVG for longs and right above it for shorts. This could also be at the swing high or low. It really depends on the setup. So like any strategy, discretion is necessary, and each trade will have slightly different context. So just keep that in mind, but a good rule of thumb is just above or below the iFVG. Your TP1 is going to be the internal high or low that created the pullback, or it could just be your main draw on liquidity, but I always recommend taking partials at least at the internal high or low. And like I said, you can leave a runner towards the main draw on liquidity for the day. Now, what makes this strategy such a high win rate is the stop loss to break even rules, okay? The way I trade the continuation model is I move my stop loss to break even at the nearest internal structure high or low. So a very aggressive approach to day trading. As soon as price confirms to me that it is going in my direction, I want to make the trade risk-free. I do not want to hold around and maybe hope that price goes up towards my draw. If I'm correct on my idea, then price should displace towards my draw on liquidity quickly. It should not consolidate. It should not sweep any sort of internal structure high or low. It should run straight towards that draw on liquidity. Taking this 3-minute continuation long, okay? I'm entering the long position here with my stop loss at the bottom of this inversion. If I'm correct on this idea, price should displace up instantly on the next candle, and we should not see any sort of pullback here. Okay, you can see the next candle, we get that displacement move up, and this is where I'm moving my stop loss to break even. As soon as price takes its most internal structure high, my stop loss is already at break even. It is already a risk-free trade. And then I'm taking profit here at this all-time high, which was my target. Very simple stuff. And real quick, guys, like I mentioned earlier, I do trade live every single morning, Monday through Friday inside the group. So if you guys want to learn this a little bit more in depth and also get access to the indicators that remove all of the guesswork involved in finding these fair value gaps, finding the entry model, finding your draws and liquidity, then make sure to click the first link in the description below. Let's take a look at a continuation short trade from the day after. This is also another trade that we took in the live. Okay, so we are going to go back to the market open. And from here, guys, we are just looking for a draw on liquidity. Is price more likely to go up or to go down? On a 4-hour time frame, we have this unmitigated 4-hour bullish fair value gap right here, which was my draw on liquidity for the day. You can clearly see that price is displacing down, right? Moving with speed and momentum, creating these new bearish fair value gaps on the way down towards this level. So it's very obvious where price is going. At this point in time, I was looking for shorts. The only way I'd be looking for longs is if we started to close above these higher time frame gaps, inversing all these gaps, then I would get bullish back to all-time highs. But it's very obvious that price wants to go lower. So from here, I'm dropping down to a 1 to 3 minute time frame, and I'm looking for an inverse fair value gap as my entry. So here was the trade that we ended up taking. We had a bearish SMT at the highs. We have our higher time frame draw on liquidity. We are delivering from a 15-minute bearish fair value gap, and on a lower time frame, we are also delivering from the small 5-minute bearish fair value gap. We have our draw on liquidity. We have our delivery. We have our SMT divergence. All we're waiting for now is this inverse fair value gap right here, which would be a 1-minute candle closure below this gap. And huge bearish displacement candle, exactly what we want to see. This is where we enter the trade, stop loss at that candle high, targeting the 4-hour untapped fair value gap as your take profit. And this one hits. Does not get much easier than this, guys. Okay, so here are the tips that I promise you guys. These keep you out of the bad trades. Number one, require the V-shaped inversion. Very, very important. If the inversion on a lower time frame is choppy and it's not clean, or it barely inverse a fair value gap, just skip it. It needs to be a very obvious inversion to take the trade. Number two, mind the stacked gaps, okay? If price pulls into a 5-minute gap, but a new 15-minute fair value gap is sitting right below or it's about to form, wait for the 15-minute. Don't front run. You don't want to have a 15-minute gap at your stop loss. Number three, know when you're done. Once price reaches the draw and sweeps it, there are no more continuations, right? You need to have a draw on liquidity. That is why the strategy works in the first place. Once you reach that external draw on liquidity, that's where reversals can happen. So you wouldn't look for continuations after that draw on liquidity is reached. And finally, guys, this is a no-brainer, but obvious or skip. If the trend and draw aren't blatantly obvious, there is no trade. Remember the short position I just showed you guys. We are clearly displacing down, right? Moving with speed, creating new bearish fair value gaps towards that 4-hour bullish fair value gap. So it's obvious where we're heading. If it isn't blatantly obvious, do not take the trade. No setup beats a forced setup. So here is the full strategy in one line, okay? An obvious draw on liquidity plus displacement plus a clean V-shaped inversion off of a fair value gap equals the continuation. Anything less, skip it. If it doesn't have all of these components, skip the trade. It is not a high probability. It is not a 70% plus win rate trade. Well, guys, that's going to do it for me in this video. If you guys found value, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to this channel. We are dropping so much sauce on the weekly basis. If you guys want to trade live with me and join the pro group, I will leave that down in the description below. I will also leave the link to Lucid, which is my recommended prop firm. You guys can use code EASY for the best discounts. That's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys next video.